Hello everyone, I'm Stephen West, this is Philosophize This. For Camus, the biggest priority for him from here on out was going to be to find a way to avoid being judged at all costs. He says if you're someone living in modern society and you have no strategy at all to avoid the judgment of others, that's kind of like being an animal tamer that cut themselves shaving that morning. You got blood all over you, got blood all over your clothes, and then you show up to work and get into the lion's den taming some lions. They're all looking at you like you're a pizza roll that just came out of the oven. That's how you look to society when you go out into public with no defense mechanism at all against what everyone thinks about you. Now, Camus might want to ask us at this point, does any of this resonate with you? Do you, as a modern person, have any tactics you use to be able to soften the judgments of the people around you? And before you say no, before you say I'm the most open-minded person in the world, I just start convulsing with joy every time somebody proves me wrong about something, the Camus talking to you in a bar might want you to consider the ways you avoid judgment that are disguised to you as something you're doing that's entirely different. Friends, for example. Why do we choose the friends that we have, he asks. I mean, you'd think it's Aristotelian, that it comes down to the mutual inspiration that two people give to each other. But in reality, he says we choose the friends we do because we want sympathy, not inspiration. That's why we hang out with people who agree with us on stuff. We don't actually want to be told that we're wrong and inspired to be better. We may put up with disagreements about insignificant things from our friends, but really what we want is for them to reinforce the foundational bias that we already have. Say you're out grocery shopping one day and some stranger comes up to you and says, "Hey, you're being inconsiderate right now. Your cart is blocking the entire aisle for everyone and no one can get through here. What are you doing?" And you call them rude and you boil in your own soup and you go home and you tell your friend later about it and they say, "Look, don't worry about that person. They're a loser. They're going to go home to their miserable life and complain all day to their mother, who they still live with. Don't worry about it." This is the service that friends provide in the eyes of Camus. Regardless of the fact that your friend wasn't there, has only heard your side of the story, and isn't exactly an impartial jury rendering a verdict here, despite all this, you still, for some reason, want them to tell you that you were right, this other person is wrong, and that even if this random stranger judged you, the jury of your peers finds you innocent. And if you expand this example to everything you tell your friends about, relationships, career choices, fears, dreams, you can see how if you indulge in this sympathy service that friends provide for you too much, your friends will allow you to keep yourself the same person, making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Camus says this is symptomatic of what he calls a sort of modern amnesia, where we're able to conveniently forget about all the mistakes we make in our lives and just move on as though nothing has really happened. We've all met somebody like this before. Make no mistake, this modern amnesia is a defense mechanism against that feeling of guilt and responsibility that comes with always being judged by others. And Camus always found a way to conveniently forget about all the mistakes he made in the past. That is, until after the motorcycle incident, after the woman on the bridge, after hearing the laughter of others.